Hi and welcome, I am Marwan. In this video we will learn how to create MatCaps. Well, before we jump and create material capture or MatCaps, we need to know, or if you don't know what a MatCap is, I'm going to show you an example. So this is a new scene. As you see, I'm going to delete all of these, hit AXD to delete them, and I'm going to add a monkey head. Shift A and go to mesh section and monkey head. Now we have this one. I will smooth this, hit Ctrl 3 to add subdivision with 3 iteration, right click shade smooth. After that, you need to go to this arrow right here and open it and change the lighting from studio to MatCap. MatCap is stand for material capture. And after that, you need to open this this big icon, and when you do that, you will find bunch of spheres here. Each one of them give you different lighting. So these comes default with Blender 2.7, but with Blender 2.8 you're not gonna find all of these for MatCaps. And these here I created them by myself, and we will learn how to create these. So let's change this MatCap from this one, the default. For example, this one. As you see here now, there is a difference. Let's change this to maybe this one. Well, the benefit of these MatCaps, they show you any issue with the geometry that you have. If any problem, anything not correct, you can recognize it by using these kind of MatCaps. Well, they are very useful, but too many people, they have Blender and they know how to use it, but when it's come to adding a new MatCaps, they searching for these MatCaps in the internet. So the question is why you don't create it by yourself, why you wasting your time to search and find something free to download. In this tutorial we'll learn how to create them. So let's get started. How can we create them? Let's take a look again for these MatCaps and let's see what we got here. So it's just a sphere, and there is a light on this sphere and HDRI environment. And for this one, for example, that I made, or this one is already made for Blender, we have some roughness and the result become like that. And we have some shadow here from the bottom, and shadow here. And sometimes you don't have any shadow, it's just a reflection. So in the end of the day, they are just a sphere, and we will learn how to create them. Well, I'm going to delete this monkey head, select it and delete it, and I want to add some sphere right here. Well, Shift A, so let's add a sphere right here. Hit Shift A and go to mesh, and let's select UV sphere. Now we have the UV sphere right here, but we got some problem with this sphere. All the points goes at this point, and this kind of sphere is not gonna give me nice reflection, so I'm not going to use something like that. So I'm going to delete this piece, delete it. Shift A and let's add a cube. Why we don't use a cube? Well, I'm going to use a cube and I will subdivide this. So let's go to the modifier list and open this list, and let's add subdivision surface, and now it will become sphere. Let's increase this number to 2, 3, 4, maybe. That will be nice, and right click shade smooth. Now I got something interesting here, but if I go to, for example, front view, as you see, it's not a perfect sphere. You can go to the modifier and add one of these modifier. It's called cast. That will help you to make it a bit sphere, but in the end of the day, the result is not so quite perfect. When you move it, you will find some variation in the edge. Well, now what should we do? I will delete this modifier and subdivision modifier, and let's go back to the same cube, and let's change the MatCap to something like this. Well, now I will add a bevel above this. I'm not going to use subdivision. Well, now let's go to the modifier and let's add a bevel, and let's increase the offsets until the bevel stops at a point. Let's activate the wireframe so we could understand what's going on. Let's crank this up until the bevel stops, but make sure to activate clamp overlap, because without this option the bevel will overlap, as you see. So just make sure to activate this option right here. Well, now I get this result. Now it's time to increase the segments. So crank this up, 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 maybe 27 or 30. And don't worry about this seam that's happening here. Now I got a very perfect sphere. Now if you jump to front view, it is perfect and clean. But I got a problem. We have two edges here on this side and two edges here and here as well. So how can we get rid of all of these? I will apply the bevel first and then tap to the edit mode, and I just need to activate this auto merge option. And now with the vertex mode activated, hit A, select everything, and just hit G to move, but don't move anything. When you hit G, hit enter after that, and in this way you will merge all the points, and now it is perfect. So we will start from the sphere. Hit Y to deactivate the wireframe. By the way, the Y is a shortcut. I put it for a viewport display. You need to activate it from here, or you can hit right click and assign shortcut. And I assigned Y as a shortcut to toggle the wireframe on and off. Well, now let's see how can we create the MatCap. I will hit 1 to jump to the front view, and maybe I need to take this up a bit, just like that. And I will add another cube and push it back a bit, maybe right here. Let's jump to the front view, hit number 1 from the numpad, hit G and take this up and scale it to the X a bit, just like that, and scale it to the Y a bit, maybe just like that. Well, now I will apply the scale, Ctrl A and apply the scale, tap to the edit mode, grab this edge and this one and bevel this edge and this one, Ctrl B for bevel, and bevel it and give them nice segments. So this box will be the background for the sphere, and I need to make a curve here and a curve right here, and that's it. These faces, I don't want them. You can leave them or you can delete them, just like that. Well, now I need to create a camera. Shift A and add, tap to the object mode, don't forget that. Shift A and let's add a camera, and there we go. Now we have a camera right here. Well, let's hit Alt R to reset the rotation of the camera. Hit G and take the camera right here, and R to the X and rotate it 90 degree, and there we go. Hit 0 to look to the scene from the eye of the camera. You can select the frame of the camera and hit G to the Z and move the camera up, just like that. And then you can hit G and Z twice to move the camera to the local axis, just like that. Well, now this camera with this dimension is not useful. I need to change the dimension. So let's go to the to this panel. It's called Output Properties, and change the number to the 500 pixel for the X and for the Y, just like that. And now let's go in, let's zoom in, select the frame of the camera and then hit G and Z twice and move the mouse to go in, just like that. And put the sphere exactly, make the sphere touch the frame of the camera from all the sides. So G to the Z and take this up a bit, just like that. G, Z twice to move the camera forward, maybe just like that. G, Z twice and move it forward a bit. maybe just like that. So try to center this result. And now after that, let's split this window to 2. Let's grab this new box that we created and let's tap to the edit mode. And grab these faces down and hit G and take them down. But put your eyes on this side. So make sure to make this new box that we created covers the this frame. Let's take the upper faces and G and take them up just like that. Now they are covered. Now this piece covers everything. Well, now after that, with this piece selected, hit right click and shade smooth to make it smooth. So this is the first thing that you need to do. After that, I need to add plane here. Shift A and let's add mesh plane. Scale the plane, make it very big, and take it down under this piece. G and take it down just like that. If you need, you can go to front view to understand or to see what's going on, and take it down just like that. Well, this is the plane that we created, and now we need to add light source. So let's hit Shift A and let's add light. I'm going to add another plane and I will use this plane as a light. So hit G and take this plane up just like that, and let's rotate it to the Y. R and hit Y and rotate it just like that to use it. And let's move it a bit. Maybe I need to put it right here and rotate it R twice just to activate free rotation. Maybe just like that. Hit G and move it here. And I can take another copy, Shift D and take copy right here. You can hit Alt R to reset the rotation, and again rotate to the X, R, X, rotate it a bit just like that, and scale it maybe just like this. Alright, that's nice. Well, now the scene is almost ready. We just need to add the material. I will change this to the shader editor. So go to this icon right here and change it to shader editor. And hit N to get rid of this panel. I will select the ground first and go to the header here and create a new material. Or you can go here and create a new. So let's create a new material. The ground, I need the ground to be matte and black and not reflect anything. So let's take the specular down and the color to black and the roughness to the 1 to make it very rough. And now the ground is ready. Well, after that, let's select this this plane and add a new material. Grab the principled and delete it. Control X, and let's search for emission and plug it with the surface just like that. So this piece now is emits lighting. I need to apply the same material for this piece. You can change the material to emission, and now select this new this plane and open this arrow and grab emission. So now this piece receiving the same material from this one. Well, alright, now after that, let's see what else we can do here. We need to set up the HDRI image or the environment. So now we are in object mode of the material. I will switch this to world. And now I have this background. I will add, hit Shift A to add, and let's go to texture and let's select environment texture. Grab this one and put it right here, plug it with the background just like that, and go to open and let's search for HDRI image. If you want to download HDRI image, you can go to hdrihaven.com. Well, now I am in hdrihaven.com and I found this image right here, and I downloaded it from this option. Here you can download 1K, 2K, 4K, 8K, and it's free to download. There is a bunch of images, you can try them on. So let's go back to the Blender. Let's open the HDRI here, hit open and search, browse it, and add it. So let's see, where is it? This one right here, double click, and there we go. Now let's hit Z and go to render to see the results. So now the HDRI is exist, and now I'm rendering with Eevee. Well, let's hit 0 to check the result from the camera, and I got this results. The background now is ready, but I can control it if I want later. Now let's go back to the object section, and let's select the sphere, and let's create a new material for the sphere. Hit new, and now I got a new material. Well, I will make it metallic a bit, and the roughness, I will take the roughness down, and I will make it reflective. And the background, this one, the box, I will give it the same material of the sphere. So select this object first, and then hold shift to grab the sphere, and hit Ctrl L to link, and link the same material. And now they are they have the same material. Well, now let's hit 0 to go back to the camera, and let's see now what we can do. I will switch this to cycle. So go to this section and change it from Eevee to cycle, and now we are rendering with cycle, and now we got this results. So now what we can do here, as you see now I have a shadow in this area because I added I made the ground matte, and this sphere now is not receiving lighting from the side. Now, well, I need to manipulate this material and have nice results. I will add search for Shift A and search for shader, and let's add a glossy BSDF, and I will hit Shift A to search, and let's search for mix shader. Let's put this one right here, and let's plug this with shader, and plug this one to the shader, and plug this to the surface. And now we are mixing two material with mix shader, as you see here. In the factor, I will add a Fresnel effect. So hit Shift A and search for FR. This is a Fresnel effect, and plug it with the factor, just like that. And let's move these a bit right here. Well, now I will make this a bit rough, and I can control the gloss effect from this one. So increase the roughness for the material. Now, as you see, it's very rough, and take the roughness from the glossy down. Now let's see what we got here. Maybe I need to take this down a bit to see the environment just a bit. Yeah, just like that. Well, now I will go back to the environment. Maybe I need to control it and make the strength down, take it down a bit, because now it is very powerful. Maybe 0.2 will work. I don't know. Let's see that. I think 0.2 will work, or maybe 0.1, because I don't need the light of the environment. I just need a bit of reflection of the environment. Now, as you see, now we have the lighting that we added. Let's split this window to 2. And let's change this one to 3D viewport. Let's see what we got here. Well, this light is right here, as you see. And this square, the lighting of this square is reflected right here. You can scale this a bit if you want. Make it bigger. And maybe move it a bit. Just like that. And maybe I can scale this more if I want. And there we go. Now we have something here. Now this MatCap is almost ready. You can use this one. If you want to use this will work. Let's take this ground down a bit to add some lighting here. So let's take the ground down a bit, hit G to the Z, and just push it down a bit. Now we have some lighting here. Maybe I need to increase the lighting of the emission material. Let's switch back to object, and let's increase this a bit to 2 or 3. And let's see what we got here. Maybe 3 is too much. 2, maybe that will work. Let's see what we got here. Alright, now let's select this sphere, and let's see the material here, what we got. Let's take the roughness down a bit to make this more reflective, as you see. And now I think I can render this one. Is almost ready, and everything now is fine. Before I render, I will speak to this section. It's called View Layer Properties, and I will go down, scroll down, and activate the noise. Activate it just like that. And let's go back to the render setting and increase the render from 12.8 to 200 sample. That will help you to give you more sample, and you will have nice render results. And when you be satisfied with all of these settings, you can hit F12 to render. So I will render this one, and when the render is complete, I will be back. So hit F12. Alright, now the render is finished and I got this result. So now this is ready. If you want to take it to Photoshop and tweak the color further, that will work, that's fine. If you want to switch to the compositor, I'm gonna show you what can you do there. I will switch this to compositor, and let's use node, and when you do that, you will find this node and the composite node. So just push this a bit, and let's add something right here. Hit Shift A and jump to color, and maybe I can use color correction, maybe, or color balance. Let's use this and plug it. I will take this down a bit to make it a bit contrast, just like that, not too much. Maybe I can add a curve. Let's see if that work. From color, add RGB curve and plug it here. Let's take this and push this up. Now this is very nice. Let's save this image. So go to save our image and save as, and save it as PNG or JPEG. So I'm going to save this one, and I will teach you how to use it. Alright, now I saved the image, and now let's see how can we use it. I will minimize these views just like that, and I will switch this to 3D viewport and the HDRI and go to solid. And now let's go to this arrow right here and activate MatCap, and now these all the MatCap that we have, and we need to install the new one. So to do that, I need to go to this gear right here and go to install and search for this piece. It should be right here, this one. Hit install custom studio just like that, and now it's here. That is very cool. Now you can go back to the same place in MatCap and open this list of MatCaps, and you will find the new one that we created. Just left click and select it, and there we go. Now we just create a new MatCap. As you see, is very beautiful. Let's add a monkey head. Shift A, and let's add monkey G and move it right here. Control with 3 to add subdivision with 3 iteration, and right click shade smooth, and just check this out. It's very beautiful and nice. Now you can create your own MatCap. Well, let's jump back to the camera here 0, and let's slide this right here and hit Z and go to render. And now you can change the material to any material. I'm going to give you example. Select the sphere and let's change the color from white to maybe red, and maybe I need to take the metallicness back a bit. And now here you have something, as you see. Maybe I need to switch. Maybe I need to select this light and change it from 2 maybe for 5, and let's see the result here. Or I can select this material and crank the specular up to make this more brighter, because if you take this down to 0, as you see, you will affect them. So take this up. Well, let's select this again and let's increase the strength, and let's see what will happen. Well, that's too much. Let's add 6 maybe. Let's increase the roughness a bit. By the way, you can increase the roughness and make it rough if you want, if you need rough results, and you should increase the roughness of this piece too. Maybe, let's see, maybe 0.3 for this one, and for this one maybe 0.5. Well, we got something like this. Yeah, I can render this result. I will render it, and when the render is complete, I will use this. So let's hit here and go to solid, and now let's go to render and render image. Alright, now the render is completed and I got this result. If you want to manipulate the color with the compositor, that's okay. If you want to leave it just like that. Now I will install this and let's see the effects. Alright, let's go to save and save as, and save this to hit this plus to change it from 1 to 2. Or you can change it manually, hit 2 and save the image. And let's maximize this view, and let's go to this arrow and open this gear, and let's install this one. Let's search this one and install it, and there we go. Now it's here. Let's add this one, this piece, and there we go. Now we have a new MatCap. It's like plastic. And you have the control to change the light, the reflection, the roughness, everything is between your hand. And now you can create your own MatCap. I created this robot and I need to apply the new MatCaps that we did on this robot. So let's check them. Let's go to this arrow and let's switch this from studio to MatCap, and let's open the MatCap and let's select one of these. So I just selected this one. And let's check the result right here. Let's see what we got. As you see, the result is quite beautiful. Let's take a look right here. Alright, let's take another example here. Let's switch this to the red. Check how beautiful is that. Well, that's very nice. Let's switch this to the other MatCaps, like this one. I made it before. And I made this one. And this one. And this one right here. Well, all of these MatCaps is working perfectly, and the result here is nice and very beautiful. So now you can create your own MatCap and you can make fantastic result here. Well, this robot that you see right now, I am working on this project, and I will create a course about how to create this robot, and you will find it at Udemy when it's complete. So this is coming soon. And by the way, you can check the description. I have courses, very good quality courses. You can check them in the Udemy platform, and the link to these courses, I will leave them in the description. So take a look, and don't forget to support this channel. You can add like, you can add comments, share your opinion with us, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, I hope you learned something here, and see you in the future tutorials.